Hi everybody, this is Inga Cotton with San Antonio Charter Moms, and I'm back with a Charter Moms chat. Today is Thursday, March 19th, and the topic I wanted to talk about today is our kids' emotional needs. So yesterday we talked about special education, but it was more in a almost kind of regulatory, like what is the school obligated to do? What are our rights? What can we ask for? And as I kind of reflected on that, I thought, this is really more open-ended than that, and we need to step out of kind of the framework of thinking of what our kids have been getting in the structured school environment, and think more in terms of how do we deal with the broader situation of what the world is like these days. So this is, I guess today is our fourth day of spring break part 2, I guess. But the fact is, we were already practicing social distancing during spring break part 1. So by now, the reality is kind of settling in, especially for my younger, my daughter who's 10 years old, and she's not on the autism spectrum, so she's actually very aware of what's happening around her. She reads adults very well. She reads situations very well. She's one of those kids who's like the kind of the teacher's helper. She follows along very closely with what the teacher's doing. She'll help her classmates. Sometimes she corrects the teacher, which whenever I hear about that, I always kind of pause for a moment and ask, like, was she polite about how she corrected the teacher? And so far so good. They're like, oh yeah, no, she just told us it was, in phonics it was rule 7, not rule 5, and she was correct, and I'm new at this material, so I appreciated the help. But I was like, okay, good, because we all know, no matter how smart you are, if you irritate people, you will not get ahead in life. That's just how it works. So it helps to have general intelligence, but also emotional intelligence, because nobody can get things done by yourself. And that's kind of the situation we're in. Is we're us family. It's my husband and me. He's working from home. His team, we're all working from their homes. I'm working from home. My assistant Laura and I have our kind of weekly, what would normally be our weekly meeting, and we're going to do it by phone today. And both kids are home, and I don't want to dwell on the negatives, but it's kind of sinking in. Like, what are the things that we would normally be doing that we're not able to do? So, the kids normally go to school every day in a building with classmates and teachers, and they're not able to do that. School is, it's a social place, but it's also a place where they can be proud of what they do. They can have a sense of accomplishment for what they're making and what they're learning, what they can show that they've learned. And that even if school weren't we would normally be going to museums and going to events and concerts and things. Those have pretty much all been canceled by now. So we're not able to go to those places. Even some places that are sort of open space are closed as well, because they're concerned about crowding. And at this point we've chosen, we're not doing play dates, and we're not doing sports, and we're not doing out of school activities like coding class or things like that. So a lot of that stuff's been canceled. Even we're doing DIY haircuts, just a lot of things we would normally be doing outside the house, and we're just not. Even our neighborhood playground is padlocked because it's on school property, and honestly, we wouldn't use the playground if there were other kids there, because we'd get too close, and germs can last on surfaces. So it's kind of sinking in, as I sit down with my kids and talk about well, what can we do today? And they come up with ideas, and they name some of our favorite parks, and I say, well, no, we can't go there because it's a playground, or if it's a small neighborhood park with a playground, that's not going to work. If it's a big park that has a playground, what I tell them is well, we can go on the trails, but we can't go to the playground. Are you going to be okay with that once we go? And one thing about if you have a child with autism, you have to be very clear about expectations. So if you say, yes, we can go to Breckenridge Park, and they're picturing the Josky Pavilion and the big playground and stuff. And then we go, and instead of like, no, we're going to go on these trails, that could be a meltdown. So, like, as you know, the autism, you got to do the social stories. You got to explain, get the expectations clear from the get-go. So we're looking more at like the greenway trails and the natural areas, the state parks that are have like lots and lots of open space. You can practice good social distancing. Some of those require more driving, and so it just takes more planning to get there and back. And if I'm trying to do, phone calls for work, it can be hard to fit that in around the day. So that's something I'm going to be changing my schedule so that I reserve blocks of time so that we're able to go farther to the parks that have more open space, and I'm not getting blocked in by work phone calls. So I'll still be doing the work phone calls. I'm just going to block out time on my schedule when I'm not doing any calls, because if it takes 45 minutes of driving, plus being at the park, plus driving back, just got to plan ahead. Let's see. So what else are we doing at home? So we're watching a lot of movies, and then I don't know if y'all follow Texas Public Radio. You should definitely be a member, and like something they do every summer, they do Cinema Tuesdays, and Nathan Cohn is the guy who organizes that, and actually I know Nathan from college, so I was bugging him for movie recommendations. So we'll see what he comes up with. But if you're looking for movie recommendations, you could look at like past Cinema Tuesdays screenings, and maybe watch some of those with your kids. It's sort of a DIY film studies curriculum. Some of them are not kid friendly, but teens could probably watch most of the movies on the Cinema Tuesdays list. So yeah, we've been watching a lot of movies. Sometimes the kids don't agree on which movie to watch, and so we have to have kind of a tiebreaker, or it's like it's your turn to pick. Now it's your turn to pick. But yeah, so I guess if in the comments, if you want to tell me what movies your families are watching, maybe that would give, we could share some tips that way. What else are we doing? I mean, definitely books. So I'm thinking about that. Everyone, I guess, sort of before our isolation mode, everyone is kind of reading their own book, but I'm actually thinking about we might pick a book that everyone in the family can read, and then kind of do like a chapter at a time and talk about it. So I don't know if anyone is doing something like that, kind of like family book club or community book club. I'm curious. Let me know what books you're picking. So I'm actually thinking about doing either Lord of the Rings or maybe start with The Hobbit. It's kind of long, but maybe that shows what my expectations are about the situation. But I know that's actually part of the. I'll share this. The Great Hearts Classics to Keep book list is just a really fantastic list. So even if your kids aren't at Great Hearts, it's just a wonderful list of classic books. So I'll look up some more lists. We've got some in the group. So yes, please join the San Antonio Charter Moms discussion group. We have what we call the solutions thread. It's got lots of things like video story times, virtual museum tours, online kids yoga classes, just all kinds of stuff for problem solving. So I'll share the book list there, and we also have I'll find some like lists of diverse books. So find what works for your family, but as a way to fill that social need, right? Because at school, my kids would be reading a book and they would be having like a seminar discussion with their peers, and they'd be challenging each other on what was this right or wrong? What did the character intend when they took that action? It's I don't know how to keep up those skills, right? So maybe we can kind of do that as a family. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe in a couple weeks I can do a follow up Charter Moms chat talking about like how our family book club is going. Let's see what else are we doing? So let's see. Yesterday we had a video call with my father-in-law, who's in Seattle, and so he and his girlfriend they've been practicing social isolation for weeks now, because they're both up there in years, and they've been smart about it. And Seattle, unfortunately, got hit sooner than San Antonio, so it's kind of we've been getting updates from them about what things are like. So they had all the grocery thing, like people going crazy and buying all the TP. Yeah, that happened in Seattle too. It's not just San Antonio. Everyone's going nuts for toilet paper. Speaking of which, we're actually out of milk. My husband went to 2 stores today. We're not desperate enough yet to bust out the powdered milk, but it might get there. So anyway, hopefully, well, we have a pickup order curbside at Walmart tomorrow scheduled. So fingers crossed that we'll get a couple gallons of milk at Walmart tomorrow. Yeah. But yeah, I see in the comments, okay, April's recommending Zoom as a really good tool for the video calls. That's fun too, because you can actually bring in multiple people. So like you could have you could set up like a cousins group on Zoom and have people from other cities talk to each other. And the free account you can actually do quite a bit with, but like some folks for their business have like the premium account. You can have longer calls, you can do larger groups, schedule things in advance, things like that. So yeah, thank goodness for tools like Zoom that I don't think we appreciated them as much as we should have but now we really appreciate tools like that. Actually, I've seen at my kids' school, the teachers have been doing planning meetings over Zoom, and they've been posting screenshots of like all their little faces in the boxes on the screen, and it's just really heartwarming to see their faces again, because I miss them and my kids miss them, and this is just such a strange situation that we're in. So I'm actually looking forward to when they ramp up kind of the distance learning stuff, and the kids are able to tune in and get a little bit of interaction with their teachers again, because my kids' teachers, like, they are just such good people, and I really appreciate having them in my kids' lives, and we really miss their presence, and we want them to be okay, and we want them to know how much we appreciate them, and I don't really know how to express that. So anyway, if you're listening to this video, we love you, thank you, and we know this is hard on you because you're wondering how we are, and hopefully, we'll adjust this new situation where we can, find ways to support each other without spreading germs. So so what else have we been doing? I guess part of what's good about school or work for kids and for adults is that it gives us a sense of purpose and achievement of, it's like I set a goal, I worked, I met my goal, I'm proud of it. And I think part of adjusting to being in isolation, if you can find some good in it, it's to maybe think of new projects, maybe think of something that was kind of on the shelf, but maybe you see a need now and you can fill it. So there's a coach that I follow, actually I know him through my co-working space, so Travis Baird, and he's working on a training about like how to launch a new product. So if let's say you've been having in-person meetings, but you want to switch to doing like online trainings and stuff, and so he's going to offer coaching about like how to start something new. So I guess, whatever you felt like was your dream, but the day-to-day distractions were getting in the way, maybe now's the time, right? If like you have always wanted to run a marathon, well, okay, all the marathons have been canceled, but you can still train for a marathon, right? You can go find some open space and go train. Or if you've been, wanting to write a novel or a screenplay, you can find a little bit of time every day, kind of build a little bit of structure into your day to work towards that goal. I've seen, my friend Laura, she posted that her kids got guitars as gifts, but they hadn't started lessons yet. And I put her in touch with a music teacher, Ken Thompson at Maxa, and they are offering online lessons. So, their dream of learning guitar is going to come true in spite of the fact that everybody's going to have to be working from home. So, if we just try to be creative and try to support each other and share resources, we will find ways to still advance our goals and still have some pride in what we're doing and what we're learning. So I guess I don't know if I've really answered the question. I'm trying to take care of the emotional needs of my kids, we're going to try to set up more video chats. We might use a tool like Calendly or something, just so that to simplify the coordination of different people's schedules, because we're all kind of settling into a new pattern. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'll be posting in the discussion group about these tools, like on the solutions thread. I guess on today's Thursday, so I don't know, we might be hearing more from about school closures, but I think by now most schools are closed for the rest of the month, and STAR testing has been canceled. If your kid is in algebra, they're just not going to take the end of course exam this year. If they're a senior and they're missing some of their tests, as long as they pass their class, they're still going to graduate. So basically I think the state is prioritizing health and safety over standardized testing, and we'll just need to get through this and then figure out where we are. So I guess let me know what questions you have. I'll be back online tomorrow at 9-ish Central Time, and in the meantime, this is Inga Cotton, San Antonio Charter Moms, and this is another Charter Moms Chat. Take care. Bye.